Well, hello and welcome to Speed Feed. This is where you catch a glimpse of all the latest news and trending stories, what is happening around you, what's setting the conversation in the news, what's trending today. You, my friend, are just in time for all of it here on Speed Feed. We'll talk about that Gilbis lady in a second, but let's go through some headlines to see some news that's, making people talk and, what's setting the agenda today. Let's start with this video of Jubilee and UDA supporters at the campaigns in Mogogawad, in Kiambaa. They mingled freely with each other yesterday. Majority Leader Amos Kimunya was there to head the Jubilee campaigns, and the UDA side, of course, they were doing their own campaigns, and they just met. The two tracks met on the road, and there was no violence. It was quite a peaceful show of might, both sides trying to, floss at each other. The Jubilee side, the guys in the big truck, and the UDA, you can see them there with the wheelbarrow and the placards and the flags for UDA. Yeah, so that's a video that's going viral, a moment from yesterday. Now, meanwhile, LSK President Nelson Havi, he has announced his bid to run for Westlands MP on an ANC party ticket. Do you think he's going to be successful? Yeah, but at least now we know he's going to be running. He's going to be a politician. Yeah, in other news, KWS has asked a private investor in Mwatate, this is in Taita Taveta County, to evict about 3,500 Kenyans on a 2,000-acre piece of land. This is to give way for the construction of a 40 million fence around that land because it doesn't belong to them. And the construction of the fence is said to have begun 10 years ago, but KWS told it because they claimed that their workers were being attacked by the locals who did not want them to evict them. Meanwhile, here in Nairobi County Speaker Benson Mutura, he has restored all of the benefits and perks of 3 Jubilee MCAs who had been suspended from Jubilee in November last year. The average monthly benefits for MCAs, you know how much they are? 540,000 shillings to about 609,000 shillings every month. And this is inclusive of their salary, their mileage allowance, airtime perks, per diems, and all of the travel expenses. Yeah. And the 3 MCAs are Antumbe, Sylvia Museya, and Millicent Jagero. They had been suspended by Jubilee's disciplinary committee for allegedly going against the party's position on various issues while executing the county assembly matters. Yeah, there's some headlines. We are at story number 4. Yeah, as we go on, give me your reactions. Do you think Nelson Havi is going to make it in politics? Yeah, give me your reaction to that. And also, the by-election campaigns in Kiambaa and Kiambaa. Who do you think is going to take the day in those two? The by-elections are set for July 15th. Yes, that is next month. So the whole of this month, they're going to be campaigning. And who do you think is going to take the day? Do you think UDA is going to stage an upset in Kiambaa? Let's talk in the comment section as we go on with other stories. Let's go to Mombasa. Yeah, tuk-tuk operators there, they're angry after the government of Ali Hassan Joho abruptly introduced regulation fees that will cost them an extra 1,000 shillings, which is an addition to the 1,200 shillings they pay for parking every month. So the situation here, the tuk-tuk operators there are not happy with the governor. Meanwhile, in Garissa Town MP, Aidan Duale, he was speaking there yesterday, and he took a moment to support Education CS George Magoha's stand to send home students whose parents can afford to pay fees but do not. There was a lot of misunderstanding in this story about what the CS said. And Aidan Duale took a moment to clear the air and say that the CS was saying that only those parents who can afford to pay school fees but are not paying, those are the parents whose kids will be sent home. Otherwise, the parents who lost their jobs during COVID and the poor parents who cannot afford to pay school fees, their kids will not be sent home. The other stories, over the weekend, this is in Isiolo, 6 people were killed in an attack by raiders who are against Turkana herders in this is a place called Buffalo Springs Game Reserve in Isiolo County. And according to police, the attackers from the Samburu side tried to steal livestock from the Turkana herders when a gun battle ensued, leaving 6 people dead. So this happened over the weekend. Just updates of what was happening. Let's go through the news. Now, another story, this one is in politics after former ODM leader Raila Odinga and his Wiper counterpart Kalonzo Musyoka, they hinted at reviving NASA coalition. This was during Kalembe Ndile's funeral. And ANC leaders over the weekend, they scoffed at the idea yesterday, claiming that NASA was pretty much dead and the only way it could be revived is to make Musalia Mudavadi the flag bearer of the NASA coalition. Do you think NASA has a chance of coming back? Give me your reactions to that. Yeah. Now, we're on story number 9. Oh, yeah, we're going very fast. Yeah. Just updates of news and stories happening around you. All right, so give me your reactions to that. I see your comments. I'll be reading them as we go on with the show. Kenyan Cockerel is saying you're live on air from Kapsabet, or you're watching from Kapsabet. Thank you for tuning in from Kapsabet. Now, still in politics, Mount Kenya leaders allied to the president held a succession meeting over the weekend, with their main message being the unity of the Mount Kenya region. Two issues have threatened to divide the Mount Kenya region and the Mount Kenya vote. And so the leaders, these are two issues. Leaders allied to the DP, those who are threatening to split the mountain vote. And, the latest being the installation of National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi as the region's spokesman, which was not unanimously accepted by leaders from the region. So they met to discuss some of the issues that will bring the region together. And during this meeting, they asked leaders who have political ambitions to succeed President Kenyatta to present themselves. Who do you think is going to succeed President Kenyatta in Mount Kenya? Who do you think is going to succeed President Kenyatta in Mount Kenya? That's a good question, yeah? Because they say power abhors a vacuum. There has to be someone in that region, right? Who do you think is going to be? Yeah. Give me your reactions to these stories. Right. Now, this story could have flown under the radar for a bit. But, it's an important one because, we just want to talk about it for a second. There's a lion at the Mara. He's a legendary lion. His name is Scarface. You can see him here. He's ought to be the oldest lion at the Kenyan Mara. He died yesterday at the age of 14. This is according to KWS, who said that his death was of natural causes. And he was named Scarface because of, the scar on his left eye, as you can see there. And he died yesterday, aged 14. Maybe I may take this chance to throw in a fact about lions there. That most lions that are born in the wild, they don't get to make it to adulthood. Yeah, their survival rate is actually very low. And did you also know that in a pride of lions, the male lions don't actually do the hunting, or they do very little of the hunting. It's the female lions that actually go to hunt. Yeah. If you love lions, go find out about some of these behaviors. Yeah, but yesterday we lost Scarface at the Mara. Now, let's talk back to politics. Murang'a Senator Irungu Kang'ata, he announced that the UDA party will be opening an office in Seattle in the US. This is to help them reach out to Kenyans living in the US ahead of the 2022 elections. And their offices in Seattle will be opened next Friday, and he is going to officiate that process. Yeah, UDA going to the US. Now, meanwhile, the Star this morning reported the story of the relief of a family who finally got to bury one of their own after 8 years. 8 years of waiting. So the man died back in 2014, but a court dispute involving his ancestral land delayed his burial for all of this time. The family tried to conduct the burial, but someone else who was claiming the land where the man was going to be buried came with court orders and police, and so the burial was stopped a couple of times. But finally, they got to lay the man to rest over the weekend. 8 years, and the mortuary bill for this family is now at 800,000 shillings for 8 years. Meanwhile, in Naivasha, a security guard was lynched by an irate mob after he attacked two youths who were going to look for a job at a construction site where he was manning. Now, witnesses say that an argument ensued between the three, and the guard whipped out a machete and attacked the two young men, killing one of them on the spot and seriously injuring the other. and an angry mob lynched him almost immediately. Now, finally, on the feed today, there's a report by the Kenya Dairy Board which indicates that the cost of producing one a liter of milk is 23 shillings per liter. It has gone down over the years by about 20% over 5 years. Now, but they say that the main cost drivers of this include labor and animal feeds to produce that 1 liter of milk. So at the time that liter of milk is produced at the farm, it costs 23 shillings. But when it gets to you, how much does a liter of milk cost? Around 60 shillings, right? Around 60 roughly, depending on which brand you're buying. Yeah, that's how much it costs. But at the farm, it costs 23 shillings to produce 1 liter of milk. And Agriculture CS Peter Munya, he spoke at the launch of this report and said that the government is working with players in the dairy sector to further reduce the cost of production of milk. So, farmers can earn more from the business, and also consumers can get to, pay less, But now you know how much it costs to produce a liter of milk. It's 23 shillings. Shall we talk about the Gilbis lady? Because everybody's talking about her on the internet. Yeah, so yesterday there's a lady, there's a video that's going viral of a lady who was, she was being given alcohol. And she's trending right now because people have taken this moment to talk about friends. Who are your friends really? And we can't show you the video, but get on Twitter right now and look for that lady. She's trending right now. She was given almost like a half bottle of gin by her friends, and she passed out, and her friends were there recording videos of her passing out, with what seemed to be alcohol poisoning. And this has sparked a conversation online right now. If you are familiar to this story, what was your reaction to that? Give me your reaction. What do you make of this? Personally, I think this lady needs to, if she's still alive, that is, she needs to change all her friends. Because why would you do that? Yeah. So the Gilbis lady is trending right now. Yeah, because of that. Who else is trending right now? Francis Atwoli is trending because he has been re-elected for a record 4th time as a member of the International Labour Organization, governing body in Geneva, Switzerland. Yeah, so it's kind of a G, right? Yeah, so he's trending right now. Who else is trending? Bahati released his new album. It's called, I keep forgetting the name of his album. Yeah? What's the name of Bahati's album? For those of you who care enough, it's called Love Like This by Bahati. Yeah, I don't know why it rang in my but the first time I saw it, I thought it coincided with Nameless and Wahoo's This Love. Is it called This Love? This Love by Nameless and Wahoo, and Love Like This. Yeah. Yes, and the album cover is they're posing with a lady. Some of the tracks in his album include Wewe Ni Mungu, Take It Slow, Pete Yangu, all of that. And there was an actual album launch with lots of celebrities in there who went to support Bahati. Yeah. How do you feel about Bahati's album? Have you listened to his songs? Yeah, he's trending right now. People are talking about him. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say about that. Kiambaa is trending because of the campaign video I just showed you right now. Because of that, other things that were Amos Kimunya is also trending because of the same video that we just showed you at the start of UDA and Jubilee supporters coming together during campaigns at Mogogawad in Kiambaa. Someone else that's trending today. Not really today, but pretty much over the weekend is Christian Eriksen, because of what happened on Saturday. The game, he got a cardiac arrest on Saturday, and I know non-football fans got to hear about Christian Eriksen, some of them for the first time. And yeah, so those are some of that's pretty much it. Who else is trending today? That's just it. Those are the people who are making conversation today. Yeah, UDA, Amos Kimunya, and the Gilbis lady. Those are the people who are being talked about right now. Now, after this, you can get more news. After this, if your bundles are still on, you can get on Kenyans.co.ke to get some of the latest stories. And what are some of the stories you can find there right now? Evicted family of top KCP candidate rescued after Terian Chebet's intervention. That's a fantastic story on Kenyans.co.ke. That's by Brian Casey. Also, video of Amos Kimunya's tough talk in Kiambaa draws controversy. So Amos Kimunya was in Kiambaa. He was speaking at a church, and he seems to take a hard line and tell the residents of Kiambaa that if they don't vote for the Jubilee candidate, they're not going to get a share of funds from the government, because the person if they elect someone who's not going to work with the government, they're not going to benefit with anything, which seemed like a tough talk, like a direct threat. And there's also a story about Media Council blasting Governor Wangamati over threats to royal media journalists. That story is available there. Some of the latest stories before we came on air. About 20,000 Kenyans face evictions in land dispute with government. And a story about Ruto's staff finally admit government officials into his lakeside ranch. And Kenya Railways loses prime land to local trader. Yeah, those are some of the stories that you can find right now on Kenyans.co.ke. Yeah, that is pretty much what's making the conversation today. Outside of this show, you'll find very little that's trending. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kimani Bogo. We'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.